that even though gas fees are high, but because it's so amazing, it's so interesting, there's still a lot of people pushing toward it. As NFTs continue to explode, you will see more and more and more people continually go for Ethereum. Hey guys, so as you all know, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I really believe it's money 2.0. I really believe smart contracts, even NFTs, are the future. That there's so much that could be done using Ethereum, that it's massively better in terms of utility versus Bitcoin. And that's why I have been stacking it. That's why it's been a large part of my portfolio. And that's why even up until now, June 2021, I love holding and adding more into it as part of my position. The thing about Ethereum, and you've seen it in the videos that I've created, is that there's so much talk on its scalability issues, meaning network congestion. When you send something, sometimes it doesn't arrive or takes a very, very long time, or it's very, very expensive. You've seen it over and over. So many tweets about it, so many people getting mad about very, very expensive gas fees. But that also goes to show that there's just so many people using Ethereum. However, you won't be able to massively expand it given that it's still using proof of work. That being said, there's so much talk about who will be the Ethereum killer. Will there be a token or a project that will actually beat Ethereum at its own game? And that's what I want to discuss today. That's what I want to talk about, because Ethereum has its first mover advantage because there's so much dApps that have been built around it. There's so much artists in the NFT space, and there's so many people buying from those NFT marketplaces that are all Ethereum based. Because it's so big, can it actually be beaten? True enough, whoever has first mover advantage will get either a loyal following, a very, very large base. And in the world of tech, there will be so much developers, there will be so much programs and apps built around it. At the end of the day, it will be all about that, because users follow apps, users follow dApps. The more dApps that are being built, the bigger the possibilities that you would see users there. And I think that's where Ethereum has its very, very large lead. As investors, it doesn't have to be a winner-take-all market, meaning you could buy Ethereum, then you could also buy its competitors, meaning your core will be Ethereum. And then just in case Ethereum does not do so well in the future, it would be nice to have its competitors surrounding it if you want that kind of hedge. On the flip side, you could have the competitor as its core, but above and beyond that, you could have Ethereum as something that could hedge it. If the competitor does not beat Ethereum, it's nice to have Ethereum so that it could give you that bit of an upside. Especially right now, that NFTs are killing it, NFTs are crushing it in the market, that more and more people who are not even into Ethereum but like NFTs are now starting to get into the space. And because they have to use Ethereum to get into that space, they will be familiarized with Ethereum. But not just that, the wallets that they will open would be Ethereum based. Now, what's interesting about that in terms of Ethereum killers is Charles Hoskinson's Cardano, or ADA. Charles Hoskinson came from Ethereum, and he was one of the co-founders of it. And the reason why he is building Cardano is to fulfill on the promises that Ethereum did not deliver. When you look at Cardano, they're pretty much focusing on proof of stake, which is a more efficient and faster way to validate transactions, where Ethereum 2.0 will be also. But the thing is, we don't know when that will be, if it will be 2 years from now or even way further, like 2024. Looking at ADA, it's really a more scalable, faster version of ETH, and it has very, very low gas fees. However, I think it has not come yet to a point where it has those massive dApps that are built around it, similar to what we see for Ethereum. It's not at that point yet. It's not yet there. The wallets that are Ethereum based versus the wallets that are Cardano based. How many people have those wallets? How many people are actively transacting using those wallets? If you're looking at the centralized exchanges, I think ADA is not yet there in terms of the number of apps, not just being built, but being used, having a lot of signups/users in their platforms. Don't get me wrong though, I'm a big fan of Cardano. I watch a lot of the videos of Charles Hoskinson, and the thing about that is this: ADA has a part in my portfolio as a hedge also towards Ethereum, that just in case ETH 2.0 takes a while, and Cardano flies already in terms of not in price but in terms of use cases, in terms of adoption, then it has the ability to beat Ethereum when that happens. Because inherently, head-to-head, the current Ethereum, not Ethereum 2.0 versus Cardano would be much better. I think what would be interesting would be the discussion of this 2 to 3 years down the line when ETH 2.0 would be available. But not just that, can Cardano actually attract people to shift from Ethereum to Cardano, or will they be able to attract new users to shift also to them? I want to shift our attention to BSC, the Binance Smart Chain, where their token is BNB. It has a very large ecosystem. Whatever ecosystem Ethereum has, Binance has it already. But not just that, the apps that the Binance Smart Chain has massive amounts of users already. It's not just the development, it's not just what it could be, it's something that's actually being used today. For Ethereum, there's a lot of it being used today. For BSC, there's a lot of it also being used today. Guys, as of June 3, you can see it right here. BSC had a total of 5 million transactions, while Ethereum had 1.3 million in terms of transactions. So we are actually seeing data right now that there are actually more transactions already in the Binance Smart Chain versus Ethereum. So it's not a promise that we are waiting for to be delivered. It's something that we are seeing right here, right now. There were 112,000 new addresses in BSC, while there were around 158,000 addresses for Ethereum. I think that speaks volumes also of how interesting Ethereum is. That even though gas fees are high, but because it's so amazing, it's so interesting, there's still a lot of people pushing toward it. As NFTs continue to explode, you will see more and more people continually go for Ethereum. The peak number of transactions for Ethereum was on May 8 with 1.7 million, while the peak transactions for BNB/BSC was at May 14 with 11.8 million. So if you look at it, 1.7 million for Ethereum, 11.8 million for BSC. It's times 10. Not just it trying to have a lot of wallets attached to it, but it has already massively gone higher and done massively better in terms of people transacting it versus Ethereum. I want you guys to see this. This is the difference between the gas fees of BSC and Ethereum. And I think this is something very significant for all of us to actually look at and start to analyze. As you all know, the biggest problem of Ethereum is its gas fees. More transactions, more expensive gas fees. As you can see right here, sobrang taas ng gas fees na Ethereum. Very high. For BSC, they have so much transactions. In spite of BSC having a massive number of transactions in their network, look at the gas fees. It remained flat. It didn't really move as much. So a lot of the scalability problems and issues that Ethereum has, I think the Binance Smart Chain is solving pretty much, not just because they can handle a lot of transactions, but they can handle a lot of transactions without costing people a large amount of money. And that's why there's a lot of people that are shifting also from Ethereum-based projects into the Binance Smart Chain. I really haven't transacted much in the Ethereum network, primarily because of how expensive it is. Just to send money alone from wallet to wallet using ERC, it's very expensive. And that's why I appreciate the Binance Smart Chain, because it allows me to send tokens at a very cheap rate. Arguably, Ethereum, given all of its marketplaces that are in platforms that are using Ethereum, I think that's what its biggest edge. That's why the launch of Binance NFT over the next few weeks would be very interesting, because I want to see how large of an impact BSC/BNB related projects or NFTs would be, and would it actually get a piece of the market versus of what Ethereum has already right now. I'm a big fan of Nexus. I'm a big fan of DeFi, and I want to compare Uniswap, which is ERC based, Ethereum based, and PancakeSwap, which is BSC. And one of the benchmarks that I'm using is the total value lock. For quite some time, Uniswap has been the leader. It shifted also similar to the number of transactions between BSC versus ERC versus Ethereum, etc. For Uniswap right now, the current total value locked is at $6.6 billion US, while for PancakeSwap, it's at $8.3 billion US. Arguably, for DEXs and AMMs, PancakeSwap is one of the leaders of it and has pretty much beaten the ERC version of it, which is Uniswap. And I've been mentioning this in a lot of the videos also. I use more PancakeSwap. I actually don't use Uniswap. Same reason, the gas fees. I've been enjoying pooling, farming, and providing liquidity via PancakeSwap as well. Another facet that I want to compare is lending platforms, and the leader in that is Aave. And the thing about Aave is it's Ethereum based. For Aave, you have 8.9 billion US dollars in terms of value locked. For BSC, they have Venus, which has 2.7 billion US dollars. So I think that's one of the biggest advantages of Ethereum right now. Aave is really doing well in terms of lending. Right now in the DeFi space, Aave is actually number one. It's actually even ahead of PancakeSwap. And what's interesting about that is PancakeSwap was around 12 billion US dollars. It has dropped right now. That's why Aave is the leader. So very interesting stats that true enough, Aave, which is ERC based, is leading, but BSC's version, Venus, is not very far behind. The Binance Smart Chain just started September 2020, so it's just 9 months since it actually started, and it's doing already a lot of things that are surpassing a lot of people's expectations, and they're actually beating the incumbents. And just to balance things out, I think the biggest advantage and what people like about Ethereum is that it's decentralized. Binance is not decentralized. They call it CeDeFi, it's centralized DeFi, which has its own pros and cons. So when you go in a centralized manner, it's easier to become a single point target. However, on its upside, for those who have been following CZ, you see the vision that they have for it. You see their goal to spread awareness of the freedom of money, that people could actually have the chance and the shot to own their money and have it at their own terms. And I think that's the goal of Binance. And if you watch the video that I had with Steve C, he mentioned something very interesting. He sees Binance as something like Lazada and Shopee 5 years ago. That when more and more users come and enter the cryptocurrency space, Binance being the largest exchange in the world, a lot of people will pass through Binance. And when a lot of people pass through Binance, they will be transacting with BNB. So if the total number of users right now in the full world, example, I don't know the exact figures, 0.1% of the population is using cryptocurrencies. If that increases to 0.3 or 0.4, suddenly you have times 3, times 4 the number of users in Binance. Similar to Lazada and Shopee, the number of users there are in the platform, there will be more transactions. It will make BNB much more valuable. But not just that, they're already in the Binance ecosystem. It would be easier also for them to enter and actually use the dApps and DEXs that are related to Binance. I actually don't know if Ethereum will be beaten. Right now, it's still the incumbent. The Binance Smart Chain has shown facets on how they can be good and how they can be a cheaper alternative to Ethereum. Here's one thing that I want to reiterate to all of you. As investors, we don't have to be right all the time. We just have to be profitable. Instead of pitting them together, why not just own all three of them? That's why I have BNB, and that's why I also have Cardano as part of it. So what you can do as an investor is just to play around with it. The one that you have the most conviction on, you put in more money into that. So if you believe Cardano will be better, then double down on Cardano, put more money in Cardano. If you believe Ethereum will still win, position more in Ethereum, and then just place a smaller allocation for both BNB and also Cardano, because that's how you win. Put the most in what you find the most conviction in, then surround it with the ones that you can have to actually hedge it. So basically, ETH has the most apps right now. BSC has shown how it could actually beat Ethereum in terms of transactions, number of wallets, and how cheap it is. And Cardano has also shown hope of what it could be and has shown potential of where it could be in the future. I hope you guys got a lot of this, and I hope that this is something that's insightful for all of you. If you have questions about this, feel free to put it in the comment section below, or do message me either Instagram or Patreon. And if you want to know more about how you can trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies using technical analysis, I have a technical analysis course which is happening this July 2021 with the hope and the goal to teach you candlesticks, MACD, moving averages, ADX, support and resistance, trend lines, and so much more. So if you'd like to know more about it, the links are in the description below. And if you want to actually start your cryptocurrency trading journey, one of my favorite exchanges is Binance. I'll put the link down below for those who want to sign up. And it's so easy. You can use it from your phone, you can use it from your laptop, and you can sign in even without leaving your house. So check it out, try it. And I've got 5 books which are available in all national bookstores nationwide, and also it's available via Shopee. If you want to check out what those books are, I'll put it down below. And if you're new to this channel and you want more information about the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content. And for those who don't know, the main goal really of this channel is to give you information that will cause you to act. And as it causes you to act, and as it allows you to build more assets, those assets will work hard for you. Because I really believe the more assets you have, the greater your ability to allow your portfolio to grow. With that, it could also give you cash flow for the future. And the best time to invest is when you don't need it. The best time to invest is when you are at the prime of your years. Don't waste the prime of your years doing nothing. Don't waste the prime of your years not putting money into the ground. So invest massively, put in as much as you can as that earns, take it and reinvest it back in. If you stayed up until the end, comment I stayed up until the end. And to everyone watching this, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.